Okay, I hope that you finish the first task with user, and now is the second task with task management. In which first one I create one task controller. In task controller, I have the function like user controller. I have check exit task, get exit task, add task, get on task, delete task, and update task. From the interface of view in task management, here first one we need fill the username and the user. So it's the event chain of text box. Double click. Here I write for you. Previous you get from the list of user, and here I get from the database. This function is from user controller, get on user with username here. It gets a list of such user in the user. So let's see what user controller. And get on user, we had two functions for get on user. First one is without parameter, and second is username as a parameter. And it's the same, but now in the link field I have a way username contains its username. So it's a little bit different with previous get on user. Here we don't have way. So you just change it. And in task management, here I get on user, and from this same it remains same. Here as a model in class task work and user. In user, I add more function as previous exercise. If you remember, is the override to string to display username. Okay, let I run this function. Here is task and task. And in username, you can type its username and it's retrieved from database. Here, two username from database, and we can add it. Function user, as you can see, it two username here, and in this you can display the username into this text box. So I take a time for you to practice this function. The next function we will add the task into the list box, list view, and into the database. Here one was a note is missing from the task work database. So let's see on task management design and function of side event. Here we just check the missing information. We check the text box is empty or not, and here create new task work. This ID, title, description from day to day, and add user. In this time we don't need this task, we will add it onto database. Here's add into database. It task controller add task with task, and here I check a message if task controller. It means that error. So message box. So MS for errors will return. So let's see task controller add task. What it do in task controller? Add task. The same in user is create a context and add or update task. The difference here is must update for user, as we know one task have one or more, one too many user to handle this task. So I list for each user in task user, select from database with user, and this user will add task work in this task. So after that you must clear user in task to update to database and add or update task self change return. Let's run it. Function task. You have at least one user, so here I select user and title learn online and save event. It says to event for which user and ID is 7. To user, let's check on database. Select top, execute, and as you can see on the table user task work, it has relationship here for task ID 7 and to user ID here. As you know, we don't have ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just start from 6 and next is 7. Let's check on task work 7. This is task 7. It's current from day to day. It's working. Now we change the ID. It will check with available ID and assign the task to this ID. So let's check it. In this task controller, I will write function to get ID, publish status, into get ID from database. Using var context. Task management. Và list ID from task in context of task work. We select t.id to list. Here to write first is easy, just the last guess IDs one, so it's the return list ID, the mask. So it's always get the mask ID and S1 for each easy or better if gets a variable ID. So how last way is a mask ID for easy mask 1 and checks what ID available for is ID from 1 ID if list ID does where is count. If we count is less than or equal 0, it means that not I in a variable, so we return this ID. If all of this ID is not available, so SAS query returns I1. Here is this I okay. He will get available ID for it, and in task in this IDs ID task as ID task controller get ID from database, and let's debug on this function. Function task to user and new task today, and say okay, let's check what's ID equal. Yes, okay, F5 is I think it's now changed in database. Let's check on the database. Execute 7. So what happened in this property? In a task work, let's see in ID and task management ID. So we must change design in database in task works outlist and edit design. In this ID and now is the auto increments from the last ID in database. As task okay, anyway, you must check remove the property that auto increments ID from this database for this function will work. Okay. task. The next I will display is on to list view. So I write a function, new function to display. First, I guess on the task, so it's a list task was about task controller get on task. And then I display into a list view like this, so I copy it. And add on to this view item string a user. Okay, for each task work in LSC task display user for each user in task user edit to display user Here's the first one is the ID task ID to string and task title description from day to day. Display user. So from phone log I will display information in this display user, display to list view. Let's run. Event list view as event. For beginning, it's clear. Functions task. Yes, we have task ID, task description, user, all of it log in this. ID, this ID I will add it into this ID. So thing is will always get the largest ID, so I come back in task controller and on the get ID from database. I use easy but better. For the difficult, you can search on. It always returns mass ID plus 1. So let I solve into the task controller and in the function of add task. Here in add task, we also add a user to this task. And let's run. Function task. This task and view task say event. After add in database, we add is on. We call this display to list view and run. function task and as one more task is to entity framework. Today lecture user and self. Yeah, it's S1 unite into this. So I demo for you in self event, update event, delete event is your assignment. You update user and delete user appropriate. Here in the user controller, I also change into the function that delete user. Normally from previous, I only delete remove user, but now I check on the task of user and remove username from this task. So the homework assignment for you is finish this task management on the functions to save, update, delete as the assignment on LMS site.